Oh my god, let's try something.
Okay, I
See
can
what happened on TV
Oh
last
yeah, I
night?
always watch.
Oh my god.
It's so fun. It was so
Yeah,
good.
I watched that.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hi
Hi
guys,
guys, I'm Stevie,
and I'm Talena,
and this is
Twin Talk.
and we are so excited for music video night. I loved it. Like right off the bat, I'm just gonna tell you, Teal, like I loved it.
I knew I was gonna love it. I love a good music video. I could just tell that the vibe was gonna be really fucking cool. And yeah, I thought it was a really good night. I can't wait to talk about Gangnam Style.
Oh my god, I know,
I
me too.
cannot wait, but we have to wait till the end to talk about that.
Yeah, you're right.
So I guess let's start with the beginning. First off though, there was one thing I hated.
What?
I fucking hated
I know what you're gonna say.
Julianne's outfit.
I know. It was atrocious. It was so bad.
I was like, and she looked uncomfortable.
And she even made a comment. She's like, I guess I'm doing it all like blah blah. She made some sort of comment. I'm like, I can tell you feel uncomfortable. You look.
It was weird. Like, I guess I could have gotten past the cuts because if it was just that little suit,
Yeah,
it would have been so cute.
but it was the
Her
leotard
hair
over
was
the
a little bit
pants.
in her face. What?
It was the leotard over the pants that got me.
Yeah, and then the bra showing, like, I know that the dancers, sometimes their butts are showing or they're wearing something, but it's always so tasteful. Like hers, like it was a bra that was showing through. It felt uncomfortable.
Well, and
It
what
looked
was
like
she
she
trying to
was
emulate?
uncomfortable.
Like I
What?
was
I don't
trying to
know.
look up like famous people and their music videos and be like, okay, what outfit is she copying? Because like to me, she had to have been taking from a costume or an outfit from a music video and like recreated it. But I don't know what the fuck that was from, and it was not cute. And whoever wore it in the music video, if that even existed, I can tell you that wasn't a cute look either.
Yeah, well, it was weird because her face and wig kind of looked Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, see, I got Christina Aguilera,
Oh, I could see
like
that.
a Candyman.
Yes,
And I was
okay.
like looking up Christina Aguilera music videos, and I'm like, I don't know where this outfit comes in. My guess was just Christina Aguilera, but Teal, it was so god awful. It was so bad.
Was so atrocious. But yeah, like I definitely had high expectations for tonight and I feel like it delivered. I loved the music. I thought for the most part everybody did really good. I was really proud of everybody. So I loved like the green screen introduction. I love a good green screen.
Mm. With the
Um
props, and they're like, okay, we have the wrecking ball, we have the anaconda. Oh, the snake's missing. I love all those little things. They're so cute.
yeah, and even when the dancers were being introduced, they
Yeah.
had their green screen backgrounds and I thought it was really cute. It looked
Oh
like a
yeah, with the
little
little music video.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I thought it was really creative. I can't remember them ever doing a night like this, so it was refreshing. It was new. Next week is going to be Whitney Houston,
Hmm.
which is great, whatever, but then the week after that is going to be Taylor Swift.
Hmm.
And sometimes it gets hard with doing one person's music.
Yeah, it does, especially because, well, there's a few things. They they all have like, you when you hear a Whitney Houston song, you know it's a Whitney Houston song. When you hear a Taylor Swift song, you know it's a Taylor Swift song because it has a very certain like style and obviously their voice, but there's just like a style of music that's
Yeah.
very repetitive, I guess.
Yeah.
So I am interested to see what they do, what kind of dances they do. I mean, tonight they saved all of the jazzes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Last week I feel like they did like the contemporary, so now they're sort of only left with, we haven't seen a lot of waltzes.
True.
We haven't seen a lot of well, we really haven't seen a lot of rumbas.
That's true.
We haven't
Yeah, we've only seen two Roomba or
I
maybe
think we've only
three.
seen two rumbas, yeah.
No,
Maybe
we see
three.
we've seen Jason Mraz, Ariana, and Mira. Three.
Yeah. So, I don't know what's in store for next week. I'm assuming it's gonna be upbeat, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Taylor Swift is going to be more like mellow. Maybe that's when the waltzes are going to come in and stuff. We
Yeah,
really
I have no idea since I don't. I know Taylor Swift music just because I'm forced to listen to it when I go out in public or, you know, music is playing.
Mhm.
I don't actively listen to it, so but I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the vibe is gonna be. I don't know how it's gonna be.
Well, I think it's gonna be because here's the thing is she's re-releasing all of her music under like her own music record label or something like that because
Mhm.
you know all of that drama. So I'm wondering if it's gonna be more scaled back or if it's gonna be like remixes of her original songs or I don't know. I really don't know. So we'll see. I'm willing to give it a shot. I mean,
If it's gonna
I'm
be all
not saying
covers.
well, I don't think it is gonna be covers because why would they be celebrate I know they're celebrating Taylor Swift, but it feels like a proclamation because she now has the rights or she's re-releasing she doesn't have the rights, but she's re-releasing her music, so she owns it.
This is like my worst nightmare. I'm gonna have to listen to Taylor Swift music all fucking night.
You know what? I'm gonna give it the shot that it deserves.
Yeah.
And quick side note before we move on, I just wanted to tell you that in my class the other day, I was with my big songbirds who are 7 and 8 years old. And this
Mhm.
little girl, Evelyn, who's so freaking adorable, she's like, I'm so excited for tomorrow. This was on Monday. And I was like, oh, why? And she goes, because my favorite show is gonna be on Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, oh my God, your favorite show is Dancing with the Stars. You know, my sister and I do a podcast about it. And she was like, oh, you're on Dancing with the Stars? You're on Dancing with the Stars? And she started jumping up and down. It was the sweetest thing. And I was like, no, I'm not on Dancing with the Stars. But my sister and I, she wasn't understanding the concept of a podcast. But
Yeah.
it was just so sweet. It was so precious. And it just made me feel so good because I'm like, oh yay, like there is a younger generation. And I'm assuming her parents watch it and she watches it with them and she just
Right.
loves it. But you know, that's how we were. We watched
I
it
know.
with our grandma, you know, all those years ago, 15 years ago or whatever it is. And cheers,
Mhm.
bitch. Love you.
Cheers. Love you too. Cheers, cheers.
So anyway, it's not dead. The dream is not dead. Ballroom is not dead.
Okay, I need to know when those wish competition tickets are gonna be released to
I
us.
know. I'm so excited.
Because yesterday I think was the last day to vote.
Yeah. I mean, I voted every day, so
I did too. So yeah, I'm excited. So I guess let's get into it.
yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Paula Abdul was the guest judge.
She looked so good.
She did look good, but I actually feel like she looks older than she is. She's only 61 years old.
Oh, interesting. I guess I thought she was older too.
I like
For
I
some
mean
reason I
she's
thought she
very
was like 70.
I know I thought she was like in her 80s but like looked 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I looked up her age and I was like she's only 61.
Oh, that is very interesting.
Um but you know you can never tell anymore with Hollywood and the plastic surgery. My god. Nobody's face moves anymore.
Yeah, seriously, no shit.
But I mean, I do think she looked good. I liked her outfit. I thought she once again they're really doing good with the judges this season because
Yeah.
the judges know what they're talking about, and if they don't know what they're talking about, they're able to critique in a way that makes sense. Like Michael Strahan doesn't know anything about ballroom, but I loved his critiquing.
Yeah.
So, and Paula
Yeah.
Abdul obviously knows what she's talking about because she's Paula Abdul.
Yeah.
You know, so
No, I agree. The guest judges have been on point this year, and I miss Len Goodman, but um I've really enjoyed having these guest judges on and hearing what they have to say and hearing from a different perspective. We kind of we don't know what the judges are going to say obviously
yeah,
because it's live, but I couldn't vote last night because I got carried away with life, and by
yeah.
the time I started it, I was like, shit, it's past, the voting is closed because technically the only people that get to actually vote live is the East Coast, which is so
Yeah.
freaking unfair. So whatever, but it's fine. I don't know if my votes would have saved anything, but you never know. I'm a
You
little
never
disappointed.
know. You
I'm
never
just
know.
disappointed that I didn't get a vote, you know?
I clocked in. I voted like with 30 seconds to spare because I started so late. I started it almost at 10 o'clock, even though I am on the East Coast. So it's
Mm-hmm.
almost over. And I was like, oh my God, I need a vote.
Yeah.
And it sucks because, like you said, I don't want to vote. Like, because if I really like you, but you have a shitty dance, it really depends on how much I want to see you. If I think you're redeemable, or there's a lot that goes into it, but
When you set up the voting that way, it's an automatic popularity contest.
because you're not voting on
Um,
the quality of dance because you haven't seen them dance yet.
exactly. So I don't know how to fix that. They need to hire us and we got to figure it out.
I like that idea. So
Um,
first was Lele and Brandon.
yep.
We did Whenever Wherever from Shakira, a salsa.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, I feel you. I get cold sores all the time, or I used to before I started taking lysine. This is your public service announcement. Make sure you take it if you get cold sores.
Yep.
Not sponsored, but by lysine. But if you want to sponsor us, I'll totally be your spokesgirl.
Yeah.
But seriously, like when she was like, I have a cold sore, and I saw her poor lip, I was like, girl, like that's the worst. That's just
Yeah.
it ruins your day.
It ruins your day, but you know what? I think that was her best performance.
I do too.
She was moving her body. She hit the lifts were definitely, but that's partly Brandon. That's partly Brandon. Getting in and out of those lifts was rough, and that's why she got docked the points that she did. Because those lifts were not smooth. But when she wasn't in the lifts, I mean, she gave it her all. She channeled Shakira. When she met Shakira, I thought they were like the same person. They had the same hair color. They're the same like
Yeah.
size. I
Uh-huh.
was like, oh my gosh. But she obviously, really loved Shakira, and I think she did her a really great honor and service for the dance.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Lele definitely, like, solo wise, this was her best dance. Like, she stood her own, her hips were shaking and grooving. But I do
Mhm.
feel like she fell a little bit back into like week 1 through 3 of where we were talking about how like her eyes wouldn't focus.
Oh yeah, I
Felt like
guess so.
she was out of focus a little bit again. And once again, she was falling in and out of the stunts, and that's been something that's been said to her every single week. And at this point, if you haven't fixed it, it's not going to get fixed. So I
But
don't know
the
if that's a Brandon
thing
issue.
is, that's on Brandon too.
Yeah, because he needs to take those notes and really focus on it. And maybe he is, and Lele just couldn't understand it, or maybe he just disregarded all that information and he's not a good teacher. I don't know.
Yeah.
But Paula Abdul nailed it. She was like, you're too heavy on your feet. You need to be lighter on your feet. And I think that's what it is, because she's so stumpy. Even as a person, she's very like, so she needed it's a challenge for her to like take that out.
Yeah.
But she got a 9 from Carrie Ann, and then 3 8s from
So
Derek.
she basically got the same scores as last week, just from different judges.
Exactly. Because Bruno gave her a 9 last week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
And yeah, I agree, but the dance was fun to watch.
it was a blast.
Yeah, right off the bat,
I loved
I'm
the
gonna love it.
odes to Shakira at the end when she got on and did the sand dance or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
forget about it. I absolutely loved this night just as a whole,
Yeah.
because also because I loved that they said what they were judging on. They were judging on how you performed as, like, they were, what were they judging on? I wrote it down. Like,
They
'cause
were,
literally
they
said,
were, this is what they said. They said they're being judged on if they capture the spirit of the music
yes,
video.
yep,
And that's the thing is, sometimes I don't think they judged on that. Because if they were just judging on that, I think she did capture the spirit of the music video.
I agree. She did.
So I think most of them did actually. I mean, I guess they still have to judge on technique and stuff, but
Yeah.
usually they don't come out and say, "Hey, this week, this is kind of what we're judging on." And they
Yeah.
did that this week. So I thought their judging scores might have been a little bit different, and then I quickly found out that maybe they weren't going to be.
Yeah, I do like when I do wish that they would tell you every week, like, this is what we're like, obviously, you're judging on everything, you know?
Mhm.
You're not gonna get a 10 because if you're judging on personality, your personality was great, but the dance still sucked. But, like, if there was that edge that they were looking for, I would personally like that just to see who falls in line and who follows the directions and who takes those notes seriously. I feel
It
like
could
it's
be
a little
cool
more
too
tangled.
that if in some sort of season, this is what they should do, is they should have, their overall judging scores that they combine and then create whatever score they wanna create, but they should have so, like, for instance, for this week, it should have been, like, whoever captures the spirit of the music video
Mm.
best, the judges will decide who gets an extra 3 points.
Ooh, okay.
Like, that could be
Into
cool if
it.
they had, like, a category and they
And it's a
say
category.
right, and then at the end before elimination, it's like, "Okay, we've calculated the scores and we're adding on, 3 points to Jason Mraz because he captured the music video the best out of all the dancers," or something like that. I think that'd be a cool idea, and it would make it, I
It'd
don't
make it a
know,
little saucy, yeah. I
you
like
know?
that. I like that. Next was Ariana and Pasha. They did a Slay for You by Britney Spears, a cha-cha.
Mhm.
How'd you feel about it?
I mean, I thought she looked great. I thought the choreo matched and totally felt like Britney. I love Ariana. I think she's great.
Yeah, I thought she looked like Britney. Like when that first came on, I was like, you look like Britney. Like they did a really good job of like emulating her in that music video. And you could just
Yeah,
tell how much Ariana like truly, I believe that Ariana has watched that video 1,000 times. Like,
100%.
because sometimes they're like, "Oh my god, that's my favorite artist," and I'm like, "Is it your favorite artist? You just saying that, or whatever." But like, I truly believe that Ariana loves Britney and has watched that video 1,000 times.
Oh, I everything Ariana says, I believe. She started crying when she met AJ.
I know it was so wholesome. I
Like,
loved it.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
she.
I really like her. I really like her, and I feel like the judges keep on being like, "You're so perfect. You're so great." And then they're giving her nines. Her score was 9-9, and Paula Abdul gave her a 10, and then Bruno gave her a 9. And I'm like, are they doing this because they want her to really, really push herself? Um, or what? Because I don't know. Her dances are, in comparison to everybody else, her dances are pretty much tens.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing: is she has the technique, she has the acting portion down,
Mhm.
and she has a nice personality. Like she's just like seems like an overall good person.
And
So
her and Pasha work well together.
and her and Pasha work well together. And for the most part, I've loved Pasha's choreography for throughout this season. So they're, you know, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I can't say much about her dance. I mean, she's pretty much flawless. She's beautiful. She has great lines. She performs. She gives it her all.
Yeah.
I was a little nervous that it was going to be the cha-cha, but I think they did a really good job of putting in, cha-cha content, but still doing this kind of sexy dance. I don't know,
Moment.
like
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
I agree. I agree. Three
Yeah.
nines and 10. Uh
Yep.
Harry and Riley were next.
I felt so bad at the end when because Riley definitely thought she nailed it, because when Bruno was like, "Whoa, let me tell you," or
Was
something,
bewildered. And she was like, "Yes." And
and
then
then he
he
was
was
like,
like,
"Whoa." He was
despite
like,
how
"No,
bad
this
that
is
was.
good."
Oh yeah, I totally got that vibe too. I was like, "Oh no, this poor girl." Like, because Bruno does that sometimes where he does like fake outs.
Yeah,
He
and he
totally
faked her
fucked
out
up
this
Riley.
time.
And honestly, I think that was one of Harry's worst dances.
Oh my gosh, I agree
I mean,
so much.
it was
Here's the
not
thing.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's the thing is I agree with I think it was Carrie Ann that said, it was one of the first times that it really felt like you were having fun
Yeah.
and you were enjoying yourself, but unfortunately, um which is something because for instance, like when we go back to grocery store Joe, he wasn't having fun. He was like, "Why do people keep
Keep
voting for
voting
me?
for me. I
Like,
don't want
let
to be
me
here
go."
anymore.
He was making his performances bad in a sense, so he would finally be let go, and you could tell that he was relieved when he was let go.
Yeah.
Now, Harry, he wants to be there, and I think he does work hard. He
Yeah.
just, and obviously there's people that have worked hard and they've overcome it. Like Allison, like
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of her.
She's a dancer now.
Yeah, like I really think that if Allison worked as hard as she's working right now and she had more time,
Yeah.
she could really learn her body and learn how to move pretty well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if she joins the Dancing with the Stars traveling cast because they
Allison?
always have they always
Yeah,
have that
you're
one
right.
person, they had Frankie Muniz and
Yeah, maybe as like half host that does one dance.
well, yeah, that's the thing is that's how
Yeah.
Frankie Muniz was is they had like a really good person they had Jordan Fisher on and he was in almost all the dances and he was dancing with the professionals and he looked
Oh,
amazing.
yes, yes.
And then there was Frankie in that same troupe and he did a few dances and kind of half hosted and then he had his own little solo. But I feel like they always have kind of that one person that maybe wasn't technically the best dancer in the competition, but they just brought so much light to it that
Mm,
the fans love. And so
yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they had Allison on the traveling troupe, but we'll see that at the end of the season and see what's
Yeah,
going on with
yeah.
that. But as for sorry, back to Riley and Harry, um, he first of all, he looked like Lance Bass. Every time I glanced, I was like, Lance?
Lance or
I,
Justin Timberlake?
no, Lance Bass. I thought he looked like Lance Bass, even though I know his vibe was supposed to be Justin Timberlake.
I thought he looked crazy.
Oh, I thought he looked crazy too.
I thought the hair
But
and
I think
makeup went way
Lance
too hard on that.
Lance Bass looks a little crazy.
Well, yeah, Lance looks a little crazy, but I don't know. Like hair and makeup went way too. Even Derek said something. He was like, "Are you wearing the Dorothy wig from Golden Girls?" Or Bruno said that or something.
Yeah, oh my god,
Like
poor guy.
his face looked, and I get it because that whole music video is like plasticky, but
Yeah,
it looks like there. It looked like there was like a hard film over his face.
it was weird, man. It was wacky tobacky, but I will say,
Yeah.
even though it wasn't executed great,
Hmm.
that double cartwheel at the end was fucking cool.
That was so fucking cool. I
That
was
was so
obsessed.
cool. Yeah, that was so cool. I want like a professional to do that to really see that
Yeah.
flow.
Well, I mean, Riley's Lindsay's sister, but Lindsay was always the queen of like really cool cartwheel tricks.
Yeah.
So I wonder who created that one. But yeah, that move was, I was like, how is she gonna? I didn't even, I have to watch it in slow mo to see how it was executed.
I know. I'm like, how did you even do that? Like, this is actually crazy.
Yeah.
Um,
So
yeah,
good.
so I feel like, oh, and it also to me didn't feel like a jazz.
No, I mean, it definitely had more of like a boy bandy feel to it, but it had a lot of in-hold content.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it felt like almost like it was trying to be some sort of Latin dance, maybe, or something. It didn't
Yeah,
feel like
and
a
like,
jazz.
yeah, yeah. But you know what? I don't know. I have such mixed feelings because, and I don't want to get into Gangnam Style just quite yet, but
Mhm.
I don't want to say it's because he was dancing with the pros behind him because Gangnam Style was vastly different than this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, well, did they do hold so it allowed Riley to dance around him more? So
Hmm.
he wasn't dancing side by side with the pros because when he was dancing side by side with the pros, he was behind. He wasn't on the right foot. He was doing the wrong steps. He wasn't at the same bounce. Like he wasn't. in it, you know?
Yeah.
But then in Gangnam Style, most of it was side by side group dancing, and we'll get to that, but it was awesome. So I, I don't know what the hell happened with this dance, but even Carrie Ann was like, you were giggling at yourself at the package. Like, you have to be in it. You have to be immersed in the character the second you step on the dance floor.
Yep.
So I don't know. He got straight sixes, and honestly, he should have got less than that, but sixes are.
I think sixes were fair in comparison to everybody
Everybody
else's.
getting like eights and nines and tens. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
So
right.
then Jason and Daniela were next. They did Take on Me by Aha.
A jazz.
Coco. Mhm.
Mhm.
Coco came in because Daniela had twisted her ankle, I guess, so she kind of helped out. They did another jazz, which I feel like he's already done a jazz. I don't know why.
Well, he did a contemporary.
Yeah.
And then he did a quick step that was definitely a quick step, but it had very jazzy feels to it.
Yeah.
He hasn't done a lot of actual ballroom dances.
Yeah, that's true.
So
And the ones he's done have been
my least
not
favorite.
as good as his other ones.
Yeah. But I mean, I loved this jazz. I loved the dress change. I thought that was so clever. I loved the choreo. I thought he did a great job of like getting that exact nature of the video. Like because this is the one that was all over the board. I agreed with Bruno and Paula.
Mhm.
Who gave them a 10 and a 9. Carrie Ann and Derek gave them 2 8s, and they said that they didn't like it that much. They said that he was sort of small and he didn't. I don't know what the fuck. It was all over the board. What did you think?
I don't know. I'm having mixed feelings because I loved it, but I felt like there was something that was missing, but not enough to give him an 8.
No,
I thought he at least should have gotten to at least all 9s, or 3 9s and a 10, because I felt like there was something missing. And I felt that same way with Charities. Like, they both had the same energy level, even though they were performing. It was like their face was performing and it was natural, but maybe their body was, I don't know. There was just something that was undertoned about it, but I still freaking loved it. I loved the concept. I loved the dance. I love Daniela. I love Jason Mraz. So I do not think he deserved those 8s at all.
This is where I'm at with Jason Mraz is I think he's hit his highest ability, which is really high and it's good, but I just don't see him, and maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see him like to me he's at like a 9.5 right now.
Mhm.
And I just don't ever see him getting up straight to that 10 where I'm like, whoa, I did not expect that at all. Which sucks because Daniela's obviously a great teacher. I mean, we've seen her take people from the dumps to winning the Mirrorball, the championship. And I don't know. I think that maybe he's just hit his highest ability and it's like a good, solid performance. But that's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I do think they're judging hard on him because they think he can do it. And maybe they don't want to give him as many points because Daniela sort of just won the Mirror Ball like two seasons ago.
Yeah.
So maybe they don't.
I don't know what goes through. I don't know what goes through their minds.
Who won the Mirror Ball last season? It was Charlie. It was
it was our favorite. Mark Ballas.
Yeah, Mark Ballas. He came back with Charlie. That was
last season. Gosh, I feel like that was forever ago.
Charlie was last season, yeah.
Wow.
And the season before that was Daniela and Iman. But Danielle won 2 years ago.
No, no. What about JoJo's season?
Was that before Iman? I think that was after Iman. No,
I can't remember.
No, you're right. Iman was before that because JoJo's season was the first like girl on girl couple, and then the next season, which was last season, they did the first boy on boy couple, and then this season they didn't do any of that. They just had traditional partnering.
Yeah.
You're right. So I guess it was 3 years ago. So, God, 3 years ago.
Yeah. I know it's crazy.
Okay,
Yeah,
so whatever.
Yeah.
Val's won like 15 times. So
Mhm.
I guess I don't care too much. Okay. Next, we have Allison and Sasha.
Hmm.
I'm deceased. I absolutely loved this dance.
It was so good.
I
I'm so
was
proud of
actually
Allison.
crying. Huh?
Yeah. Oh my God. I was gonna say, I literally got chill bumps.
Yeah, I was tearing up. I was just like, she has come so far.
Oh my gosh.
And you know what I loved about it? You know what I loved about it is
What?
this was the first dance that I right when it started, I was on the edge of my seat. Like, this could go one of two ways. This could be the worst dance I've ever seen.
Yep.
Or this could be the best dance I've ever seen. Not ever
Yeah.
seen, but like her best dance, you know?
Yeah.
And I literally felt like I was literally on the edge of my seat, just like waiting, like bated breath, like, what is it gonna be? And
Yeah.
she fucking nailed it. I mean, I will say in the beginning, she was a little bit behind the professionals during the
Yeah.
man little section, but I don't even fucking care because she looked beautiful. She had that still upper body, but the quick feet. There was tons of content. I loved
Her
the
upper body was so good.
Huh?
Her upper body was so good.
Her upper body was so good. They have a really great partnership.
Yeah.
I loved that song. That's the perfect song to do a quick step to.
Yeah.
It looked
It
like
was-
I want to do that dance.
I know. She looked cute as a button. I loved the choreography. I loved everything about it. I will say that just for a critique, I do wish that she hit every single step
Yeah.
with convicted and everything, but I do wish maybe she had just a little bit more energy in her legs when they were doing like the back things, like the back steps. Like I felt like maybe she could have matched Sasha's energy a little bit more and maybe just got a little bit more of like a kick in there. But oh my gosh, I was so proud of her. She did so good. And
Yeah.
you know, I like if she's going to be in the competition, I'm happy that she's always giving us something new. She's always progressing. You can see how hard of a worker she is.
Yeah.
And that you could really like just see how good of a person she is, and you can feel that through the TV.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally.
So-
Totally. I loved it. And the judges seemed to love it too, which was why I was really confused when she got 8s from Carrie Ann, Derek, and Bruno. Paula gave her a 9. I would have given her straight 9s. Honestly, I would have given her 10s, but I do feel like she was a little bit behind and not totally in sync.
Yeah.
With the beginning dancers. And just the way how far she's come. You know, I think it should have been straight 9s. I was floored when she got 8s. Floored.
Yeah.
And I think they were too.
Yeah.
I think they were like, what? Those numbers do not match what you just told me.
Yep. No, I know. I agree.
Weird. That was weird.
Yep, I agree.
But I loved it. I really loved it so much.
I know, me too.
It's so good. Next was Sochi and Val. They did Holler Back Girl by Gwen Stefani. Her whole package was about how she directs music videos and she wants to take creative control. And honestly, it seemed like a lot of the cast this episode was taking creative control. And it made me think, I was like, I think it'd be cool if there was a week where, you know, the dancers had to, the not the pros, but the contestants had to come up with, you know, a 24 count or something like that of choreography that they created themselves or something, or a concept or something, and judge on how creative the cast is. I think that's really cool. But unfortunately, I loved the dance. I thought she did great. But there was wardrobe malfunction. And she kept going through it and she hit it, but she did falter a little bit. I don't know whose fault it was. I don't know if they couldn't get the strap on or.
I think it was just a mixture of the costume change was just way too fast. And with her having the beanie on, maybe the thing didn't fit as well. And and the costume change was just a little too fast and it didn't flow. Even if it had
worked out,
if it had worked out, I feel like it would have felt a little choppy.
Yeah.
So that sucks because wardrobe malfunctions suck. And so she said it. She was like, I can't be that mad about it because mistakes happen and it's a wardrobe malfunction. It's not me malfunctioning.
Yeah.
It's literally something that you can't necessarily control.
Yeah.
And I thought she looked so good in her red lipstick and her blonde hair with that beanie on.
Oh yeah,
her
she
little
looked
stomach
great.
showing. She looked fucking great. And she obviously can dance. And
yeah,
I thought she did amazing. I was actually surprised by she got 2 8s.
and
I'm surprised by that because Sochi's an amazing dancer.
Yeah,
I would have given it straight 9s. And I know like I would have taken off a point for the wardrobe malfunction, but it says that it's something that you can't control, but it kind of is. You didn't need to have a wardrobe change.
Or
you could have.
Yeah, they could have given it more time, like hid her and then she had a reveal. Or she could have, I mean, it's not the same, like starting with it and then taking it off. Cause I loved that beginning where, he walked past and they were all like sort of picking on him or whatever. But I don't know. I mean, I know it's iconic. That outfit's iconic, but it sucks. It wasn't executed right. And it seemed like the entire wardrobe malfunction the entire wardrobe didn't make sense in the way that they choreographed it.
Yeah, I agree.
I was actually, I disagree. I think it was Derek who said he was like, it felt a little bit too chill and too relaxed, like it needed to be more upbeat. And I was like, no, I actually loved that the choreography was sort of like laid back. I don't give a fuck. I don't care, because that's sort of the song. The song is like, I'm not hollering back at you.
Yeah.
Like, I've been around this track before.
Yeah.
I don't need to fuck with you.
Yeah. So, I was personally surprised at the 8s. I thought it was a 9 dance.
I thought it was a straight 9 dance, yeah. And if the wardrobe malfunction hadn't happened, maybe it would have been a straight 10 dance.
Yeah.
But 2 8s doesn't make any sense to me. I still love her. She's great. She's great.
Yeah.
And then next was Charity and Artem. They did All For You by Janet Jackson, a jazz. Last week you phoned it in.
I was just going to say, once again, to me, it kind of had that same energy. Like there was just something missing, but I couldn't explain it.
She had no power. And Paula Abdul said it. She said, I choreographed Janet Jackson in this number because she's powerful.
Yeah.
And you went through the steps and you did all the poses and you hit everything right, but you don't have any power.
Well, yeah, not only that, the lift was weird. There was like a lift in there that was, I don't know, it didn't flow.
Yeah.
And I agree with Carrie Ann, like I almost didn't believe it.
Yep.
It needed to be grittier to me.
Yes, she has no fucking grit. She has no
Well, my thing is she didn't look sexy. Honestly, I thought she looked like a prepubescent teenager dancing to Janet Jackson.
Yeah.
I thought she looked so young. I don't know if it was the wig. I don't know if it was the outfit, but like I almost felt weird watching her because when I think of Janet Jackson, I think obviously Nipplegate.
Yeah.
I think of kind of sexy, gritty.
Yeah.
Like not dirty, but just powerful.
Powerful, yeah.
And I felt like she looked like a little schoolgirl dancing and prepubescent.
She looked like Barbie dancing away to Janet Jackson.
Yep, and you know what? She got straight 8s, and I think it was deserved.
Oh, yeah, she deserves straight 8s. She hasn't grown. Once again, this is the problem with all of the bachelorettes.
Except for Gabby. I loved Gabby.
Except for, I did like Gabby. But all of the bachelorettes are just here the entire time and they never move and they're just plastic. And I'm like, do you have any emotion? Do you have any feeling? Do you have any power? Do you have, I don't want to say vapid, but they all seem a bit vapid.
Yeah.
I do think it was cute that they went to the MMA brunch and they all like
Had a
practiced
little girls' day.
and stuff at the house.
Yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, I thought that was really nice. But yeah, I
she
think
has
she
no
deserves
pizzazz.
her
Straight
eight.
A's, totally deserved.
I do not think they were happy about it, but you know what?
Gotta do better.
Yeah, you gotta do better.
You have to do better. Next was Barry and Peta. Well, last was Barry and Peta. And they did
Mhm.
I'm Still Standing by Elton John, a quick step. Bruno was actually in this original music video, so that was sort of a sweet little.
I loved it.
It was sweet, he wasn't too fast. It wasn't the fastest quick step in the world, but honestly, how could it be?
Yeah.
He didn't fully extend his legs on the kicks. But
He
he's
was
so
kind of off.
He was kind of off a few beats. I loved those pink pants. The way when she did her split lift or leap.
Yeah.
Just the way they moved, that pink on Peta was beautiful. They looked nice. I love that song. I think that song was the perfect sort of tribute to Barry. I'm still standing, I'm here.
Well, and I love what he said when they were in the skybox getting their scores, and he was like, I have to work hard because I have to prove something to a whole entire generation that no matter what age you are, you can still go for your dreams and learn a new skill and do something. And I just love Barry so much. He's so sweet to watch and he's so fun. And we'll get to eliminations and stuff a little bit later. But I do love watching him, but I just thought it was probably his worst dance so far.
I agree. I love watching him. But I don't want to.
And I'm nervous. What is he going to do when he has to do contemporary?
I don't know. I think maybe something could be done really nicely with that.
Yeah.
But it's just the quick step is hard. It's fast, and there's a lot of content. He had to do 2 dances this week, so bravo for keeping up. But he was a little bit behind, and technique wise, it wasn't his best. But
yeah.
I still love him.
I just love. There's just something so
special about him
and special about watching him that I can look past the lack of, I guess, exciting quality of dance that the younger people can give.
Exactly. Well, that's the thing, is the younger people can give sort of this like new, like youthful idea to dance, right?
Yeah.
But I'm always good to take it old school.
Oh yeah, and I love Barry, and just like his smile alone just makes you happy.
Yeah, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah. So he got an 8.7, 8.8. I think those were his highest scores.
He got straight 7s.
He had straight 7s?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's a score from last week.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
He had 8.7, 8.8. This week he had straight 7s, which I said was fair. Yeah. I did write that was fair because he did, have some flubs and stuff, but obviously the judge loves watching him, and obviously America loves watching him because he's still here, and I guess he's been the bottom, but we actually don't know if he's been in the bottom. They've been doing the bottom 3.
Yeah.
And
telling us
one
who
of
the
those
person
people
is.
are not in the bottom.
Yeah. So next week, Ariana doesn't have to dance in next week's dance off because she had the highest scores.
Yep.
And then so for the group dances, oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, so this is how it always is usually, is the group dances, there's team captains, and those team captains are the people with the least amount of votes or points or whatever. So they get to pick. So it was Team Harry and Team Allison. Harry
I
picked,
hate the picking though. It's so awkward. It takes me back to little school.
I know, but you know what? We don't know if that's rigged or not.
Mm-hmm.
It could totally be rigged.
True.
It was Harry, Lele, Sochi, and Charity, so all the younger contestants. And then Allison had Jason, Ariana, Barry, all the older contestants. So whether it just panned out that way or whether it was rigged that way, I mean, I think that was the perfect pairing.
Yeah.
So yeah, because Sochi, and I guess Charity, technique wise, are the strongest ones on Team Harry, and Lele has sass, and then Ariana and Jason are top runners. So
I wish that they
Yeah.
would have done Allison's team for everybody's dance first instead of last, because Gangnam Style was so freaking good. That
I
would have
loved
been
it.
perfect to end the night on. So let's talk about team for everybody first.
Okay.
So okay, and just a quick side note. I watched on Disney Plus because I had to start late, and I don't have DVR, so I had to start it and pause it on Disney Plus. Whoever did the commercials for Disney Plus was all over the place. I don't know if this happened on regular TV, probably not, but Stevie, they would be in the middle of a package and then it would cut to a clip of a commercial for 2 seconds and then go back to Dancing with the Stars. And that happened all night. The commercials were all wacky tobacco all over the place, starting in the middle of a commercial, cutting off a commercial, commercials coming in during packages. It was freaking weird.
Oh no, that's didn't happen on cable network.
Yeah, so I don't know. There's something funky about Disney Plus. And I know Brady, my friend who I usually watch it with, he doesn't watch it on Disney Plus anymore because last year I guess he had so many problems with streaming. So and then there was a moment where it just blacked out and I was like so scared because I don't have DVR, and I was like, I have to watch this for the
Yeah.
podcast.
Yeah.
And I wanted to watch it. So if this just stays a blackout, what am I going to do? And I think it was during Allison's package and it blacked out for like 5 seconds and then it finally came back in. And I was like, whew, I was scared for a second.
Ah!
So that was
Team
just a side note.
What? That was your side note?
Yeah.
Team for Everybody had AJ McLean come in and Ariana freaked out. It was so wholesome. It was so sweet. I will say about this dance, even though I felt like it was the weaker dance, I loved that they switched partners a lot.
Yep.
It was sort of funny at the end when the boys went with the boys and the girls went with the girls.
I love the same sex pairing at the end. I thought it was just,
and the final pose was fun.
Yeah, but I did feel like it was slower. They had fun, but no intention.
Yeah.
I felt like for them, this almost was a throwaway dance and everybody was more focused, I have hiccups, on their solo dance, where with the other team, they danced for their lives.
Yes.
I mean, it was so good. So with this one, it felt a little bit, this is just kind of in the back of my mind, like, we'll do okay, whatever. I think they got a 9, 9, 10, and a 9. I thought compared to the other dance, this dance was straight 8s.
I can agree with that. Honestly, I felt like I was on the edge of my seat the entire time, being like something could go wrong at any minute.
Right. And also just in comparison to like style, I didn't love all their different outfits. I don't feel like,
well, that's what have you seen the music video?
I have seen the music video, but just for this dance, I don't know, for some reason it was distracting to me. I don't know. I think just in comparison, I think it probably wouldn't have bothered me so much if Gangnam Style wasn't so good and aesthetically looked good. And those are my thoughts.
Yeah.
So I thought it was fun or whatever, but I really wish that group dance would have gone first and we would have ended on Gangnam Style because Gangnam Style was so freaking good.
I loved it.
I loved it so much.
They were
So
Team
yeah,
Youngin
Team for
style.
Everybody was kind of a throwaway dance. What'd you say?
They were Team Youngin style.
I loved it. I thought the name was so cute and creative. Um, I was literally laughing with joy the whole entire time I watched the dance,
Oh,
Stevie.
I know, me too, me
I
too.
was just like on the edge of my seat, and I was like, I looked like a crazy person. I was like, ha ha ha, like just
We're
like
having so much fun.
everything's going so well. Like
Oh.
I literally just had Stevie. That was one of my favorite group dances ever.
Oh, I know. It was
It
amazing.
was so good. I love the choreography. Every single person looked like they were having the time of their lives. Harry killed it.
Yeah, you could not tell that is the worst dancer there. He was on point. He did every single move at the exact moment he was supposed to do it. He was having fun. He looked good. He didn't stand out. Derek was like, you're a team player. You're not a solo dancer. You're a team player.
Yep. And wow, I mean, because I was nervous with Harry. I was like, he's with some strong dancers. Will he be? I did not have faith in him. And he
Yeah.
proved me wrong because, and who knows, maybe it was camera angles, but the judges said that he killed it. So I believe it because a lot of the times when we were watching, he was right behind certain people.
Yeah.
But, you know, even if he was behind people, if he was messing up, we would be able to see
He's
something.
tall,
And
yeah.
I never saw him falter. I think, oh my God, I loved that dance and I cannot wait to watch it again.
So I was going through the Dancing with the Stars, like Instagram, and there was pictures of that dance, and every single still was just pure joy on every single person's faces, even the pros. You know, even the
Yeah.
pros like looked like they were having the time of their fucking life.
I couldn't tell you who was the pro, who was the dancer. Stevie, the dance was so fucking good.
It was so good. I can't wait to watch it again. So
I'm
they
gonna watch it
answered
afterwards.
tense, like they
Uh-huh.
deserved.
Yeah. Yeah. It was so deserved. I loved it. I'm getting chill bumps thinking about it. So then we come to the end.
My favorite was when Alfonso said, "The first safe couple. Who is safe?" I'm like, okay, Alfonso.
Yeah. Julianne is starting to kind of get the Tyra.
Oh my God. I'm like having like PTSD.
I know, me too.
Going home. And who will be eliminated? I'm like, woo!
Just making fun of Tyra a little bit.
Good Lord. We haven't made fun of Tyra in a while.
Yeah. I'm surprised we haven't heard anything from her. Like, I thought there would be more, and I don't want to, you know, whatever. Tyra's still a person, even if
she sucks.
she's a garbage human.
Yeah.
But she's still a human being, like, you know, whatever. But I'm surprised that I didn't see more, not backlash, because I think people were very happy that she wasn't the host, but I'm surprised I didn't see more. Hell yeah, I'm so happy Tyra's not going to be there. I never saw anything like that.
People just sort of moved on.
Yep, they just kind of like, which is great. Like I said, there doesn't need to be hate on the internet. People don't need to be telling people to go kill themselves and, you know, stuff like that. But with the internet being the way it is, I was surprised that I didn't see people rejoicing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, did that happen? It feels like a fever dream.
It really does. It really does.
It feels like a fever dream.
I agree.
So going down to who got booted, Ariana was called first. Not that means anything, but she was. Harry and Riley were called second, so they're still in the competition.
Once they were called, I was like, somebody is going to be going home that I do not think should be going home. I knew it. I freaking knew it. And then everybody kind of gets called. And then in the bottom three, which doesn't mean two of those people were in the bottom. And one person might not be in the bottom. We don't know. Was Lele, Charity, and Barry. Who do you think was in the actual bottom besides Lele?
I I don't
It could go
know.
either way because here's the thing. People could not be voting for Charity because
They think she's gonna get votes already, or
they think she's going to get votes already. And we've seen that happen before where people give their votes to other people because they're like, well, these people, I'm assuming, are voting for this person. So I'm going to give my vote for this person. And all of a sudden, this person doesn't have any votes. Or maybe people feel the way we do. And it's like, okay, well,
we don't want
we
her to
love
actually
watching Barry, whether the quality of his dance isn't as good. So we're voting for him and we're not voting for Charity because Charity's carbon copy of almost every single bachelorette that we have seen on the show and doesn't give us anything new and just kind of stays the same the whole entire competition.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Lele went home, which I have mixed feelings about because she technically is a better dancer than Barry.
Yeah.
But I don't know because I do like watching Lele, even though you're right. She's gotten the same notes over and over and over again, and she's never really fixed them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm happy Allison didn't go home because I loved her dance and I think she has a lot more to give.
Yeah.
And now I'm mixed about Harry because his NSYNC dance, his solo dance was so bad, but Gangnam Style was so good.
I thought that it would have been a great dance for him to end on.
Yeah.
Because he did so well, and I just don't see him doing that well again.
Yeah.
So I think that would have been a great dance for him to end on. And I know he's worked hard, but he's just not bringing it enough in the solo dances, you know?
Yeah. So next week is a dance off. So do you think that's going to be the like two people dancing off together sort of deal?
Yeah, I think
how
they're
they
going to
do?
be paired up and they're going to do dance offs. And then whoever
Wins the
gets
dance off.
they must have done whoever gets the highest because it's an odd number of people.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are left. 7, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
So I think that yeah, so I think that they took the highest out of the competition. So it was even pairings, and then either whoever wins the competition will get extra points added to their scores.
Yeah. Yeah. And next week is Whitney Houston, so we'll see.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Higher Love. I love that one.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
And but I am shooketh that they took away the judges saves.
I am too, but I feel like there has to be a reason. There has to be some sort of reason.
Yeah, I'll have to look into it because the math ain't mathin'.
Well, I know I had read that even though Derek is sitting in Len's spot, I had read that they're not going to have a head judge anymore because nobody can replace Len. So maybe it's because, since there's
he
no,
was like
there's no
deal breaker.
he was the deal breaker because
Yeah.
head judge, but now technically there's no more head judge. If you make somebody the deal breaker, they're the head judge.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
maybe it's as simple as that, or maybe it's judges biases. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I like what they're doing now, which is where we don't know if you're in the bottom 3, if you're actually who is in the bottom 3, because it keeps it lively. Because if it's the same people every single week, it's like, okay, well, we know you're gonna go home soon.
Yeah.
There's no anticipation.
Yeah, totally.
So
yeah, I agree. Well, yay.
Let us know how you like the dances. I love music video night. Let us know if you liked it. Are you excited for Whitney night? Are you excited for Taylor night? Please tell us how you felt about Julianne Hough's outfit, because I still can't get over how atrocious it was.
So
if
bad.
anybody knows what music video it's from, if it's even from a music video, please let us know. And I love you, Teely. I'll see you so soon. I'm gonna see Teely tomorrow. We're going on a little trip, a girls' trip to Boston to see the 1975. Expect a fun little music video about that from us. And like, share, subscribe. We'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Eggs and bacon.